There you go.
Okay.
All right, so your hot water is lit.
Okay.
Now there's different settings.
Right.
You have low, and then you have, right now I have it at the hot setting.
Right.
Basically that hot setting is 125 degrees.
Okay.
Okay, I have to give it to you like that.
Right.
If you want it hotter than that, there's an ABC. And the only thing I have to tell you is you're running the risk of scalding yourself
Right.
from the hot water. So what I have to give it to you is called a non-scald setting.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay?
Yeah.
This, yeah. See, there's a leg over here. There's a screw that's supposed to hold it down.
Right.
So I'll get that set up. That's simple. Keep that with the hot water tank. What you have here, carpet, ceramic, a little bit of grout, you want to keep your hands on that.
Right.
Because even if you were to buy the very exact same thing 30 days from now, the colors won't match.
Right.
Okay? So for repairs later, you want to keep your hands on that.
Right.
Okay?
I guess
So-
I have my very own sauna.
Yes. I think we just lost about that.
Surprising, the water heater can take so much heat and still work.
Alright, so I want to make sure I write that down, the whole attic floor. Right door, the bread, you know that one. I gotta put my stuff. Alright, the ones to tape. Alright. When we're taping things that we're concerned about, make sure you put the tape beside what it is you're looking at, not over the top of it. Okay, that's it. Keep it simple. Alright, we're going to go into a bedroom and just kind of go through typical things. One is I'll show you how the windows work. The windows are what's called single hung.
Okay.
Only the bottom's operational, the top is fixed. Okay? You do have full tilt, and that's these two tabs, and that gives you full range for cleaning the outside of the window. This is also how you remove the screen.
Right.
Tilt the window in, these two little tabs,
Right.
and then the screen comes out. Once the screen is out, that gives you access
To the outside. Yeah.
to the outside. Okay? You can tell by the color variation, this is low E glass.
All right.
So there's a reflective film inside
Right.
that reflects UV rays up. When you tilt it, what you need to do is not tilt it from a closed position, but raise this above this flange down here.
Right.
Otherwise you'll damage the flange.
Okay.
Okay? Alright. The only other thing I want to tell you is with vinyl windows and heat, if you like to open your windows for fresh air or what have you, just be in the habit of when you close it, you latch them shut. Because if you don't latch them shut, then the heat can actually tidal warp the vinyl. Okay? So when I come to a window real quick, which I'm sure your inspector's already done,
Right.
I'm opening it, make sure it doesn't fall on its own. I'm making sure the tilt pins work.
Right.
And as we look at it, make sure there's no holes in the screen. Okay?
Oh.
So there's that. The other thing to note, in every bedroom, you will have a supply.
Right.
That's your supply air. The vents above the doors are the returns.
Right.
So we no longer rely on the undercut of the door. We're giving specific square inch airflow. okay? Back out
So like
again.
it is under, not top.
Yeah, that, well, again, for more reasons than one.
Right.
All your ductwork is actually in this floor system,
Okay. Right.
so it's in what's called conditioned space,
Right.
instead of being up in the attic or in the crawl space or something. Yeah. A lot less heat loss, heat gain going on. Magnetic catches on your pairs of doors.
Right.
Okay, you kind of get a picture of what I'm catching as I go through. Now, what I would also do is kind of note this little spot right there.
Right.
That's easily cleaned up, but if we put a dot on it, we can go ahead and make sure that happens. Okay.
One for the next door. Okay.
Now she sees everything, all right? Things like this, we definitely want to make sure we dot too. There's a flaw in the trim material, we can get that repaired. Okay. In your bedrooms, you're going to note that there are two switches.
Right.
One switch right now doesn't do anything.
Right.
The other switch is for the light. What that tells me is this has the optional ceiling fan pre-wire.
Okay.
Okay? That box is ready for a ceiling fan. It's
Right.
rated to carry the weight
Right.
of a ceiling fan. You also have an extra switch so you can have a light fan combination.
Okay.
Okay? So you got a switch to operate either fan or light.
So I remove that and put a fan in the light.
Yep, it's all ready to go. You're gonna find in every bedroom a smoke detector,
Right.
okay? These are standard. The ones in the hallway on the first and second floor
Right.
are combination carbon monoxide
Right.
and regular smoke.
Okay.
So you do have your monoxide
Right.
protection, okay? Lennar does all their bumps on a hinge,
All right.
okay? You will note, if they haven't replaced them yet, that there's some bumps in the base in the master bath. That is incorrect. Lennar does not do that,
Right.
okay? The way you adjust these is the further that I screw that out,
Right.
okay, the less I can open the door. Or with more force, I can swing the door.
Right.
The way I recommend people to adjust these is adjust them based on your normal swinging of the door. Don't hold on to the handle and push it all the way to the wall, because I can. And what you're doing at that point is you're putting stress on the screws,
Right.
and your whole door will eventually just,
Great.
okay, fall over. So, again, you don't want to over-adjust, you don't want to under-adjust,
Right.
so just kind of keep in mind.
Right.
The reason why I had a piece of blue tape, right now it's totally fine, right? With the soft close, it doesn't latch.
Right. Okay.
That's kind of my way of saying, need to adjust this.
Right. Right there.
The other thing I want to point out, and I don't know why that is on full volume, these are what's called courtesy locks. I don't call them privacy anymore, because right here, all it takes is a strong thumbnail,
Okay.
a coin,
Right.
key in your pocket.
Right.
No more searching for that little key, okay? It's great for kids not being able to lock you out of a room, but you're not locking them out once they get to, you know, old enough to figure things out. So, okay? The way we can tell that it's a combination is it actually has a writing on it saying
Okay.
that it is.
Okay.
So while we're here, I'm going to go through the bedrooms real quick because they're all pretty typical. Check your windows, kind of check the switches.
Right.
Okay. You'll see some of the things I'm noting with my blue tape, whether it's paint runs like that. Again, use the 6-foot rule. If you can see it standing here,
Right.
let's mark it.
Okay.
You know, don't want to get your face right on the wall, because then they're not going to be able to tell what it is you're talking about. Okay, you don't have screens. These are not operational over here in the loft.
Right. The lock doesn't have a. Oh, it has a.
The loft has phone and cable combination.
Right.
Now, this home had some extras in it.
Right.
So kind of, I'll point them out as we go. That actually is an extra. Most of these homes in Ellington only have what's called 2 and 2. 2 phones, 2 cables as a standard.
Right.
Anything beyond that is extra.
Right.
$249. But let me get through this, and then I'll make my phone calls real quick, and you guys can kind of do some dotting and.
Right.
That crew sitting over there is actually a crew coming in. So again, I just wanted to reassure you that we'll get her ready. So, again, any smudges that you see, you definitely want to mark all those. Yeah, it fits pretty good. Again, watch for inside corner stuff. You'll see, I think there's one over here yet. Okay. All right. So, let me excuse myself for a moment, maybe while you kind of go through the rooms and do some dotting, and I will be right back in about 5 minutes.